Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at multiplying or dividing decimals. So this is part B. I like that. Multiply. So back to your notebook. And again, if you're not done with the problems you're working on 1 through 6, that's okay. We'll go back to those. But we're going to go over multiplying or dividing decimals. Okay, for multiplying or dividing decimals, do you need to line up the decimal points?
Yes.
Okay, John?
No.
No. Does it happen occasionally when you get a lined up decimal for multiplication? Does it sometimes happen? Yes. Great, it happened. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. So we're going to look at multiplying first with the first example. Do you guys see where it says multiply 6.98 by 5, or 5 by 6.98? We're going to do that problem. So that's example number 3. And we're going to go 6.98 multiplied by 5. Okay. The biggest question I get on these kind of problems, like which number should I put up top? Should I put the 5 above or the 6.98 above? Which one should I do? I would recommend you put the number with the most non-zero digits. So this one has 3 non-zero numbers, so I put that up top. But you could do it the opposite way, it just gets kind of confusing. All right, so here when we're multiplying, make sure you multiply this number by each one of these and carry anything if it happens. All right, what's 8 times 5, everyone? 40. What's 5 times 9 plus 4? 49. What's 5 times 6 plus 4? Good. You know what I appreciate you guys doing? I asked the question and you answered the question. Some people get ahead of me. I said here, what's 5 times 9 plus 4? You guys said 49. Excellent. But here I said 5 times 6. You said 30, then I said plus 4, that's 34. You're listening to me, and you're giving me a good response. That's good. All right, but where does that decimal point go? I'm lost. Just bring it down, right? In this case, but what's the technical rule? Brady?
You have to, so it goes, so at first it's by the 0, but you go over, twice.
Okay, why twice? Like right here? Why twice?
That's how many times it is when, so you move the decimal on 6.9 over twice until it gets to the end.
Okay.
You put it on the end of the year and you move it twice.
Okay.
How many other times is?
Okay, good. So you're showing me you understand what to do here. How many decimal place values are there in this problem? 2. So how many times should you move it from the end? Twice. And you have to look at both factors. So if it's 2 here and maybe 1 there, it'd be a total of 3. So how many of you got 34.9 or 34.90? Okay, so 34.9 is your answer, 34.90. I'll talk more about that 0 at the end because some people drop it, some people leave it there. So we'll talk more about that. All right, any questions on multiplying? Let me give you a little hint. Multiplying decimals is exactly the same thing as multiplying whole numbers, except at the very end, you have to look at the decimal point and move it, right? So if I took away this decimal point, oh my, if I took away the whole problem, if I took away the decimal point, 6.98, wow, then this would be the same answer, and it wouldn't have a decimal point in the middle. So that's the only thing that changes. Okay. Dividing, though, that could be, okay, division. How many of you, it's your favorite operation? Out of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, you love division. Let me ask that again. How many of you like division over the other ones? Bonus point, bonus nouns. All right. It is tough because we're thinking backwards from multiplying. How many of you like multiplying? I like multiplying because you know the answers if you've done what? Memorized the facts, right? You can get them, boom, 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 boom. But division, you got to think about them a little bit. All right, example number 4. That's our last example for today. It's divide 25.5 and 1.5. Okay, so here, 25.5 is going to go inside the box, and 1.5 is going to go outside the box. Okay, it's vocab time. Okay, wait. Sorry, this is math class. It's vocab time still. All right, do you remember that there are specific names for each one of these parts of a division problem? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. If you can learn those parts, it's going to help you out with fractions and division problems that get a lot tougher, okay? Just memorize these parts. Ready? Does anyone remember what this guy's called? What the number's called? Not 25.5, but what's its technical name? Yeah?
Is the divisor?
Close.
The dividend?
Dividend. Can everyone say that? Dividend. You also hear dividends in like stocks. Like some of your parents work in finance. Dividend. Okay. Does anyone know what this guy's called? Bella?
The quotient?
Close.
I like the answer.
There you go. That would be the answer. But what's this number called? Okay. Jack.
The
Divisor. Okay, everyone say it with me. Divisor. What's this called? Dividend. Nice. Okay. And then, the coolest name out of them all. The answer to division problem is called the quotient. Okay. What am I looking for in this problem, by the way? The quotient. I have the dividend. I know the divisor. I don't know what the quotient is. Okay. So this is the dividend, and the dividend always goes in the box. Do you guys get that? Dividend always goes in the box. The divisor always goes next to the box. And where does the quotient go?
On top.
Yeah, on top of the box or above the box. Okay. I'm looking at this problem thinking, this is not that bad. Except there's something that's throwing me off. Elizabeth.
You can't divide with the decimal. So you have to move the decimal on the other side of the 5, and you have to put the same as the number in the dividend.
Okay, your goal is to get this number to be a whole number. Okay, and in order to do that, I move the decimal to the right once. Do you guys agree with that? But if I move it once in the divisor, I have to move it once in the dividend. All right. Guys, I wish I can get ahead of myself because I'm looking at fractions right now. That's a fraction. Does anyone see it? Maybe not yet. That's a fraction. And do you guys remember that you can move or you can multiply the numerator and denominator by the same thing? Or divide the numerator and denominator by the same thing? We'll get to that. I'm just like, I wish we could talk about it. We don't have time. Okay. So what I do here is I rewrite the problem for myself, and I still do it. I work these problems out. I rewrote it because sometimes this gets cluttered. Like I have all these lines going everywhere and these dots, and that throws me off. And then I put the decimal where it belongs in the dividend because I want to make sure I get this right. 15 goes into 2.
3 times.
There you go. 15 goes into 25. Once. That's 15. And then you subtract, and you get 10. Bring down the 5, 105. All right, 15 goes into 105. 7 times. Oh my. Okay, how many of you knew that off the top of your head? Okay, how many of you had a got it, but you had to work at it? And how many of you had no clue that was it? Okay, this is what I do. I sometimes don't know what it is either. It happens. So this is what I do. 15 goes into 105. I'm going to guess. What's the reasonable guess? I don't know. 9. So what I do is 15 times 9. And I work that out, so I get my 45. Oh! Is that it?
No.
So now I can make a better guess. Am I going to pick 8? No, I'm going to go with 7, and it happens to work out. Okay, and it's an even 105 with no remainder. So what's my answer here?
17.
It says 17. Now, do you notice how the work has 17 dot or 17 point? Just rewrite the answer out without that decimal point. It would be redundant to say 17 point, and that's it. We don't write numbers that way. So make sure that you take that out. It's a 17 as a whole number. So how many times does this is a cool one. How many times does 1.5 go into 25.5? 17 times even. So if you were to divide this by this, you get, okay. I wish I could talk about this, but this is the end of the recording.